Hi guys, and welcome back for some more Creativerse. And today we are back here on my original world, and you might be wondering why I'm standing outside my warehouse here. So in case you didn't know, I built this like almost a year ago. It was last summer when I built this. I wanted one big place to put all my storage needs into, and y'all, I get lost in here. This is crazy. So what I had struggled, actually. Let me start over. I was struggling with it so hard. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I was like, maybe I should tear it down and start over, but I really didn't want to tear it down because parts of me like some of it, and some of, there's just things I need to change about it that I, don't like. Today, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to remake this storage building. Now, I mean, by remake, I'm not going to tear it all down and redo it over again. Of course not. But I basically am going to be changing this down here. This is where all the storage chests are. So as you can see, I have signs up to point me in the different directions. Wow, that's what these signs were for. I never did get around to actually putting directions on here. I think I did back here. Yeah, crafted stuff is over down this line, and raw materials down this way. Guys, this is just not practical. It's just not functional. I get lost very, very easy in it. Of course, I'm not in this world a whole lot. This is the world where I've done my... the crabs are just coming in, guys. This is where I have done my Christmas town is in this world, and the sand desert village series that I did with primarily two gaming girls builds blueprints is in this world. I do want to be in and out of this world. I think I'm just gonna have this world be like a themed world where holiday stuff, like I've got Christmas, I'll have to do like Halloween, and now that we won't even talk about what happened to that world. But I don't have a Halloween town basically anymore, so I'll probably when it gets to roll around September, October, I'll be redoing that probably in this world. But just different themes and in this world. So I need to get ready for all of that. I need to fix my storage, Joes. I need to fix this. Seriously, this is just not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to be ripping this entire first floor down. Like, take all of these chests out and replacing them. I'm going to be using the arc signs. I have been big into doing that. As you've seen, I did a video a few weeks ago on Starscream's storage solutions, in which it was her blueprint that I built in my medieval world, and it takes a whole lot of arc signs and arc chests for that build. I even considered about taking that blueprint and just swapping out the blocks, but I really didn't want to tear this down. And I thought, well, I could always build it underneath. I even, look guys, I got TNT on me here. I was ready to go down below this and build up the stalactite layer, but then I thought, no, I really want to use this. I just need to redo it. So I'm going to kind of be drawing from her her blueprint, the Starscream's storage blueprint. I'm going to take all of this stuff out, and then I'm going to break up into each part of this first floor into chunks. Like, we're going to have a crafting area, and then we're going to have, an armor room. It's basically going to be like similar to hers, only that the outside shell is still mine. I just really like her setup. It's not going to be exactly like that, but it's basically, we're just drawing some inspiration from her blueprint. So thank you to Starscream, because you're amazing and you have some really cool, awesome ideas. So yeah, I'm not going to show me ripping this all down. This video is not all. So we're going to rip this all out, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what I have, how much room we have to play with here. And then I'm going to start building each sections. So I believe her place, it did have like a crafting zone, an armor room, a spawner room. I'm going to attempt a spawner room myself, guys. I don't know if it's going to work. I really don't know that much. I know about an idea how to do it. I could always go and Google it and watch other videos really fast, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to at least mark down where I want it to be. and all that, so I can, you know, maybe if I can't get it working today, maybe later on, I can. Yeah, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and get work on to taking everything out. I'll see you in a little bit. It'll be like a second for you guys. It'll be hours for me, I'm sure. Okay, guys, so here is what we've got here. It's a lot of room, I think. You can see this is where all of the chests were. Yeah, so I will definitely have to be ripping up some floor here, but I think I'm just gonna do it as I go along. I'm gonna make sections of these rooms. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and make this part kind of a speed build with the voiceover. So I am gonna go ahead and start building and explaining to you guys as I go, of course. But I think that's just gonna be the best way because I really don't know exactly how I'm going to. I kind of have an idea of how I want to set it up. Obviously, I'm going to have to take these lights down. I did leave them up, but I'm going to I'll be taking these down as I go along as well. This is like a lot of space here, guys. Just to get an idea of what blocks I'm going to be using, I do have, I'm waiting on my obsidian rods, but I'm going to be making, some of the industrial wall up, you know, definitely be using that, but I also do plan on using some of the industrial floor, maybe some iron roof pieces for maybe archways, I don't know, some adobe bricks definitely. I'll probably make some more of the different graded furnace walls and kind of incorporate that. I also just got an idea, I should probably use some asphalt maybe. Pretty much everything is going to be kind of the iron and industrial look to it. I'll definitely be using some of these smokestacks and some of these other things, bellows and the lights, of course, but I also be using some of the iron wall maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't always like the looks of the iron wall, but maybe as a few pieces here and there. We'll see what else I can figure it all out, but it definitely some more graded wall, and of course I'll have to make some of the non-skid floor. I'll definitely probably be using these. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started here, guys, and we'll see how much better this comes out. We'll see if it makes any sense. Okay, so here we go, guys. I go right for the corner, which is to the, I guess, my right, coming into the building, whatever. Anyways, I start putting down the processors. I decided that's where I was going to start with. We're just going to start with the crafting area where you have your forges and processors. And then I realized I think I need to get rid of these slabs because it was just awkward. And so I get rid of that corner. And then I start putting up some smokestacks for like pipes to go around the room. And I flip them every which way. And then I realized this glass. I think this glass needs to go away. So I do eventually start taking out the glass and putting in just the industrial wall there. And then essentially what I'm doing is mimicking kind of what is going on in my other world in that storage blueprint that I did. So it basically is some chest with forges and processors underneath it, and then you have the icons, the sprite icons that come up over top of the chest, and you know, you can see them. Well, I didn't realize at first I started out with these industrial chests. I wanted to use these instead of regular chests. I know that they're smaller, but I wanted to use them just because they matched and they look nice, and I want to use them. I like them. But anyways, so I realized, I didn't realize at first that it wasn't going to work with the way these chests are, because there's like, you know, divots and, you know, hinges, and the icon will not lay flat over that. And you'll see here in just a moment, once I start putting up the icons, that I have to actually rotate them around. So right here, I am actually just putting in the first one, and you can see it's not as clear. So I flip them around, and that's much better. And then here I cut out and show you guys, I just quickly had gone in and put up the rest of the icons there. I am missing a leaf block, which I do go back in and add that on the side. But right now I'm just putting up some more pipe to kind of get a idea of where I'm going to be putting the walls at. I did know I wanted to use the pipe or the smokestacks as like an archway, and then I thought maybe I could use the roof piece, the iron roof to go like for corners in the archway. I believe I end up pulling those out. But then here I added, adding on one more chest. I believe it's mold. Yes, there it is. Isn't it beautiful? But then I decided I wanted to put it in roofs because that's what Starscream had done in hers. She had put up the medieval roofs to kind of give it a little angle and a, you know, decorative kind of effect to it. So I'm using just the iron roofs, and that's what I'm doing now. And then I put the pipe. I had an idea just to put the pipes along the top of that. It doesn't end up turning out quite nice. I do end up liking how it turns out. But I did struggle, guys. I had to actually extend the wall out this side that has the flowers and stuff. I actually had to push that out a couple blocks, so I had to make them meet. And then in the corner there, you saw I put up industrial wall to make that come together a little bit smoother. I do go back in here in just a moment and change the corners out to, I think it's the industrial skid, not non-skid, graded. The industrial graded wall right here, I believe I do start using that, yep, as like pillars, support, whatever you want to call it. It's just something to break up all of the iron because I didn't want too much. I just wanted to have a little decorative pieces in there, kind of make it look nice. And so this was what my mind came up with, and yeah, I do like it. And so then I add the the smokestack to go around. There I was just taking out the iron slabs. I did do the entire top floor, which is the ceiling that you're seeing. And not the entire thing, but a lot of iron slabs are up there. So I end up having to pull down all of those to make this work so things will sit right and everything. So then I have basically this section pretty much done, and this is just with the processor. So I go ahead and put up lights. I had this idea to kind of put in lights, the industrial lights just around the sides there to kind of like frame it in. And as you can see there, I'm struggling right there with that rotation, but nothing new. So yeah, I like how that has come out. And then I go to the floor, and I decided I wanted to use the industrial floor, which is this cement kind of looking thing. And so I used the diagonal as like a hazard kind of stripe. That's what it reminds me of anyway. So I start using those, and there I was just putting in, fixing that all up. And then I use just the regular concrete kind of looking thing area. And this is what we have over on my other world. That floor is the same, pretty much the same. So then I move on to the section with the forges, and I basically do the same thing that I just did for the processors. there, that side is done, and then I put up the rest of this archway, and then I do put up arc sign to tell you what it is right there. Boom, processing. I did change that from orange to red, and I didn't like that, so I ended up changing it to black, and liking that. I thought the black looked nice against that iron. So yeah, I like how that turned out. And then I do smelting over on that side, and then I decided to go in this corner and put in the industrial graded wall there to match the other corners. And then I wanted to put up, because she had put chest in around this area, so I do put up some chests, and I think that there is actually some shelves with decorations in it too on my other worlds that she had put in. But I decided I'm going to put up tables instead, and then a placemat. I don't think I have any placemats though. That's why I didn't do that. But that's the idea, was to put up some placemats with stuff on them so that it would look like stuff was on the table. And then here I'm going in. This is going along the side next to the smelting room, and it's just going to be the area where I put all my machine parts at. So I'm figuring out how much room I'm going to need, because I want, on the other side of it, I want the armory to be there. So I decided I had to count, and then I had to end up pulling out windows and realizing I need to get rid of them all, because yeah, there would be no room for chests. So I actually got rid of quite a bit of windows on the sides and the backs of this build. But here I'm just putting up more industrial wall, and going to be putting in some more of the lockers. Now I'm building the doorway there and seeing where that's going to be, and then taking out some more iron slabs. So this is the armory now that I'm working on, and so I'm putting up the wall over that. I have to end up doing like a double wall on this side with where the machine chests are, because where the chests are for the machines, so that I can put another row of lockers up and be functional. So I had to basically make kind of a double wall. Discovered yet again that this needed to go out a little bit more wider. There I have I realized I only wanted two rows of chests, not three, because for some reason I thought I was gonna put in I don't know what I was thinking, actually, to be honest. I messed up, and so I had to pull those out and end up putting in just two because of the way I have the icons, which you'll see in a little while about that. And there I'm just changing the doorway a little bit before I actually put in the doors, and taking out the windows there. Okay guys, this is funny story. No, this is the point at which my video, I discovered that it had stopped recording. My OBS had stopped recording, and I ended up cutting out. I didn't catch it. And so I had basically gotten to this point where I built this armory. I don't even believe I showed the inside of it. So let me first, I'll go back and explain what's happened. So it's been, since that last part that I recorded, it had been a week, because this past week I had been very busy with some theater and everything, and so I couldn't get back to finished the video. So that's what I was doing this morning, Wednesday morning, for the video to go up later this evening. And so when I was editing it just now, I discovered my video, the rest of it was gone. So OBS sometimes does that. It hasn't done it since, I don't think it's done it since I've gotten my new computer. I think this is probably the first time it must have crashed or something and I didn't realize it, or maybe I stopped recording and forgot to start recording again. Who knows? But anyways, basically I'm just going to show you the rest of this video. My dog is chewing on the carpet, guys. So the rest of this video is just going to be me telling you what I did. So you had seen that part and you didn't see this, but this is basically where I'm going to put all of my machine parts. Like in my other world on the other storage place is similar to this. And then I have the armory right here. And so inside, this is how this turned out. This is also I will be doing a whole nother walkthrough probably at the end of the second part, which will go up probably next week. But who knows? It could go up before next week. I don't know. But anyway, so this is how this turned out. But real quick, I will show you. I did have a trouble deciding where I wanted to go from here, but I figured I would at least place where the spawner might go. So this is how... In my other world, Starscream's Storage Solutions, it has the armory, and then right next to it, no, it's not. It's right across from it, down the ways, is the spawner. I decided to just go around the corner and put it right next to it, which I'm going to be somehow building it here. That probably won't happen until the next part, at least. If at all, I some have to work with. Something to work on, I mean. And then I did put the kitchen right here to go in here. And this is just going to have some storage. I haven't done any more with this. Kind of lost a little inspiration here. So I just let it sit. And then I went on and put where all the cooking stoves are going to be. And then above that is the chest to keep the food in. And I just used the iron roofs right here with some of the industrial lights above, and then this just leads out another way out. And I did put up the kitchen with the using the arc stone here, which I felt fit pretty neatly here. And then I did use the industrial smokestack that's going around the room here as some like piping kind of thing. So yeah, and then after that, I decided I was going to put in the rest of the storage stuff. And so you see right here, this is what I had just literally finished this morning. Right before I started editing, I went ahead and did this part off camera because this was a lot of switching in between me figuring out the code and getting it just right. So yeah, and then I changed the botanicals. Instead of using the black like I did over here, I used the orange because the black doesn't really show up on the industrial graded wall so much. So I used that, and I like how this has turned out a whole lot. And so basically it's just 3 by 3 or 3 by 3. It's just 3 wide, and then it's 14, I think, blocks this way. But anyways, and then I've gone ahead and marked, after I got that placed, I placed another one, and I just kind of marked where what I was going to be putting these things. So basically I wanted to keep kind of the same configuration that I have in my other world. So I'm basically just transferring what I have over there to here. And so this is the setup. This is where all the biomes is going to be. I basically wanted to keep, instead of being so separate like it is in the other world, I wanted them more close together. So I put all the biomes and the botanicals together, and the trees and the leaves. Just in my mind, I know that at this end is all of the animal drops. This is all the natural stuff is going to be on this end, minus that I have the machines that are going to go right here. So then over here, I didn't know what to do with this front entryway. I did change. I really wish you guys this took me a little while. This is a little pain in my side. I did change this completely instead of, well, not completely, but quite a bit. Instead of making it too wide, I made it 4, and so that it would be more even with the front part here. I did use the industrial floor and flipped it so it had the stripe going down the side to kind of block it off from this end of the room to this end. And then I decided to put in, you know, the striped industrial floor, like flip it around and gave it like this V pattern, but it looks kind of like a speed bump. It almost looks like it's like a speed bump, like it's got a raise to it, but it's not. It's just the effect that the stripe is. Yeah, guys, very easily amused. Anyways, so this is how I decided to do this. And so we have these stairs. Instead of the iron steps, I decided to go with the iron stairs, or the industrial stairs. And so yeah, this goes up here to the teleport room. And then I decided also to carry out the non-skid floor as the ceiling. I just really like that look of the grate seeing through. I just thought that was kind of a cool effect. And then, so I obviously have to come back over on this side, and I will be changing that out to this. And then I do have on the sides here, I do have more of it. And then in the center, so I have this section here, and this is where I have all the building blocks. I don't have them up yet, but this is where all that craziness is going to be. All of the different types of blocks, you know, all the walls and the floors and all the building stuff is going to go in here. It's basically 90 chests that I'm going to need. So, and I did decide to keep this other side empty. I think part of it will be empty. Otherwise, oh no, I did decide to keep this all empty because if we need, you know, the game adds more blocks, I'm going to need more rooms. Instead of ripping everything out, I can just add on back here. So that's why this looks a little bit different. I may end up doing the bottom as well with the industrial lockers. Like I do on the inside, but I really, really like this. This just looking down this makes me think of a warehouse, a big storage place. I really like it, how it's turned out. I did just use the industrial wall for here instead of the non-skid floor like here, just to break it up and make it a little bit different and give it a little more different texture and stuff. But I liked using these smokestacks as my archways. And basically that's all I did. And here you can see I used the green tourmaline glass, which I like with that. And then I don't know if you catched, whoops, we'll go back this way. I have the yellow here. I guess it's pretty up close. You can't really see it too good so far right here. I really like how this looks with the graded wall. I think it looks really nice. So basically that is that. And then this is all empty right here. I do have plans to put stuff here, obviously, like right here it's going to be all the holiday stuff on this side, and I believe on here too. Yeah, so this whole chunk right here is all the holiday stuff, and then this is just potions over on this side, and then this side is just more potion overflow or whatever. So I still have lots of room, lots of storage space, whatever, but I think it looks a lot neater and easier to find things. I know that all of my natural stuff like dirt and grass and flowers and trees and all that is on this side. And then over here is where it's going to be all the rest of the stuff, such as building stuff and everything. So I have it all mapped out, and yeah, I'll probably be doing that, and off camera is filling all these arc signs. So very likely the second part will start. You'll see these may already have all of the signs up. I think that's going to be it for today's video. I do like so far how this is turning out. I love this especially. This is just so nice. I do need to put up some more like decorative things right here. I'm going to do something more here, but for the most part, this area is done. I really like it. I do need to put up some more lights. So I hope you guys like this video, and I thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.